we get to work at a lake every day, and we get to, talk with people that are recreating. It's almost like being at vacation at work.
There's a lot of times we're out doing boat patrol, or actually when we're in the classroom helping kids build bluebird boxes. You sit around and you think, wow, it's amazing that I get paid to do this type of work.
I think this is one of the things that maybe I was planning to do. This is my thing. I really like being around people. I enjoy helping people, and I enjoy taking care of the things that people come here to see.
I love my job. And what I find is the more I talk about it with other people, the more excited I get about it, because people say, you have such an awesome job. And I just think, yeah, you're right, I do.
Quite often when I'm giving programs and presentations, people will see the patch and they say, oh, you're in the U.S. Army. And I have to explain to them that we're in the Department of the Army, and yes, that's who gives me my paycheck. But we explain to them that we're not enlisted, and the majority of the Corps of Engineer employees are civilian. We're park rangers, we're engineers, we're biologists, we're fisheries biologists, wildlife biologists. We're people that just enjoy working with the natural resources.
Great activities that you get to do as an ecologist for the Corps include canoeing and kayaking to get to your sites where you're working, rock climbing, cliff climbing sometimes, spelunking, primarily looking for endangered bats. All of these things are the activities that a field biologist just lives for.
Corps of Engineer Rangers are lucky in that we have a big variety of job duties. We do patrol work both by vehicle and by boat. We even do bicycle patrol in campgrounds in some areas.
Bike patrol is a wonderful experience. It not only gets us out in the parks more, it gets us out of our vehicle, which makes us more accessible to people. We see a lot of positive contacts from the public.
Being a ranger, at least for the Corps, if you like recreation, depending on what you like to do, if you like to jet ski or boat or disc golf or hike, you have a chance to enhance your own recreation.
You're doing all kinds of things. One day I could be out on the boat. One day I could be hiking a trail. Matter of fact, making a trail. We just have a project where we're just putting in a whole new campsite, which is really exciting to me to actually do things and actually see things getting done.
The types of projects that we work on out in the field can range from electrical projects to major installation of facilities, security upgrades, dam operations, maintenance on dams, on flood control projects.
Every day you have different work, different jobs to do. You're not stuck in a boring job where you have the same thing to do day after day after day. It makes you use your brain a little bit more, and it's just a good job.
It is a lot of fun, and actually it's very rewarding. You come to work and you know that it's going to be changing, and you don't get that same old monotonous type of feel going.
One of the most exciting things that I've got to do is I'm very fortunate to manage a debris team that responds nationally to disasters. It's very fulfilling, and you just feel like you're really helping people who are in great need of some help.
When you walk away from something like that, it's a good feeling in your heart knowing that somebody's going to sleep better at night.
I love what I do. I really enjoy my job. You have to be able to multitask, which is a challenge, but you never get bored with what you're doing.
I feel that a Corps Ranger job is important in that for a couple of reasons. We're helping to protect the environment. We're kind of on a team helping to protect a vast natural resource, and that's a big responsibility. It's also good to be able to maybe influence others, like kids that we come and try to teach them environmental ethics while they're here.
That's the reward for me, is that I really feel I am making an impact. I feel that by planting the seeds in people's brains, and when the light goes on and I realize they got the message, I know they're going to take that back to their different communities or different places around the world and also spread that message as well.
As a biologist for the Corps, one of the most rewarding things I've been involved with is endangered species. And I think we're well respected in the environmental community for the kind of quality work that we've come to produce over the years.
I do feel like I make a difference to the environment. It's in small pieces, and it's here, there, and yonder, but it's nice to be able to drive down the road and say, if it wasn't for me, that wetland would not be here.
This is the Hamilton Wetland Restoration Project. It represents a really unique opportunity that the Corps has engaged in with its local partners to actually transform an old Army air base into incredibly valuable wetlands.
This is an example of the beneficial use of dredge material on one hand and wetland creation on another.
You know, when you look at the wetlands and you see that we put that together and we built that, and now you see the waterfowl and the shorebirds that are coming to use it, you know, you have a good feeling that you've made a difference and that it's going to be there for generations to come.
The great thing about my job is that you always leave, you know, overall you have a sense of satisfaction. Maybe I did something today that made other people's days better.
I get to go out, work with shoreline customers, work with volunteers, work with other state, federal agencies, local governments. To be a part and to be able to have an opportunity to influence decisions that are going to have long-lasting impacts to this project, it's a significant opportunity.
That's one of the things I love about this job is that, you know, one day I'm learning to be a licensed boat operator, a pepper spray instructor, a quality assurance inspector, an educator. So there's endless opportunities for training.
The Corps of Engineers provides a lot of training, both on the job and formal training in a classroom type setting. Probably one of the biggest agencies out there that promotes training and provides so much of it to its employees.
Our training is so thorough, by the time we get through, we know this plant inside and out.
The training that I received with the Corps of Engineers, I have found to be the most rigorous, most extensive training that you could probably get in the whole country, whether it be from private industry or some other branch of the government. It's very rewarding because when you come to work, you're confident that you know your job.
This job is very important. We maintain the river elevation for barges to travel through, carrying coal, fuels, all different kinds of materials, and specifically at the power plant, we provide hydropower.
There's a continual power demand and a very increasing demand, and it's very critical that we keep this generator in a run status because they're depending on this power to keep the grid going and to keep your home and my home and everybody else's with power. So that's why we're here.
If this lot goes down, then the industries, the people that depend on the coal and the sand and the gravel, you know, they don't get it, and that's huge. There's so much that goes through here.
I initially learned about the Army Corps of Engineers when I was at the vocational college. I heard about it through our co-op coordinator and became very interested in it, and I pursued it and was lucky enough to get accepted.
The SCEP position allowed me to check out the Corps in regards to the different jobs. When you're in a SCEP position, you're able to pretty much see everything that goes on that you might be doing at your job, and then you can kind of see what you really like to do from there.
So one of the great things about working here is that I've been able to apply what I'm learning at school to the field.
Being able to utilize natural resource stewardship, and in my job as a natural resource specialist, being able to integrate that into what I've learned in college, I just found very beneficial.
This job actually has helped me discover where I want to go in my career.
You can stay at a project and work your entire career there, or you can look for other opportunities to advance. It's all depending on what you want to do, where you want to go, and what you want to become.
If you are willing to move, if you're willing to increase your education and your knowledge, there is virtually no end to where you can go in the Corps of Engineers.
There are so many opportunities at the Corps, more so than other federal agencies. In my personal experience, there's opportunities to travel, there's opportunities to move from one type of job to another.
One of the nice things that I like about working for the Corps is that you got great benefits. You have wonderful benefits as a federal employee. They have a thrift savings plan and they have their Social Security, and they're very good benefits. You get a lot of sick leave, a lot of annual leave, days off. We can vary our times. You can work 4 10-hour days if you want, or 9-hour days and take every other week, make it a 3-day weekend. And there's a liberal leave policy that most lakes have, where if something comes up that you need to take more time off, everyone's very good about saying, hey, no problem, we understand, take a day off. And you don't see that a lot in private industry, so we're pretty lucky.
The salary is, to me, it's exceptional. I've got 2 kids. We've always had everything we've needed, most everything we've wanted.
Both the Corps and the private sector are extremely busy as far as the intensity of the work and the amount of work that you have to do. The real big difference is the flexibility that the Corps gives you family-wise. It's been a huge benefit to me to be able to have that flexibility with kids and being able to work and manage a family at the same time.
Working with the individuals from the Army Corps, we act as a family, we're a team.
I love this collaborative atmosphere that we have. We have all these different disciplines of people. We have engineers, biologists, we even have folks in the office, lawyers. We can sit down at these project meetings and everyone has a point of view. And as we start to develop the project, this collaborative and interdisciplinary sense, it's an amazing thing.
It's a pleasure to be able to work with the people and work at the places that I am able to. I feel very lucky.
The Corps of Engineers cares about their people. They look for things to improve their quality of life, both on the job and off the job.
I love my job. I specifically got my job because this is what I wanted to do.
I feel good about coming to work every day, and I plan to stay for many more years.
I don't have any trouble getting up and going to work in the morning. I enjoy being here. You know, working on the water, doing something for the environment, getting paid for it, being out in the fresh air and sea. I'd recommend this to anybody. It's a shame there aren't about 5,000 of these jobs.
Working for the Corps has given me the opportunity to go a lot of places, learn a lot of things, meet a lot of people, just kind of fulfill what I wanted to do as a kid.
I've been here since 1974. I love my job. I've been here so long, I'm part of it. But one day I'm gonna have to give it up, but no way soon.
I'm a maintenance worker.
Journeyman mechanic.
Senior hydropower plant operator.
I'm a park manager.
I'm a conservation biologist.
I'm an archaeologist.
I'm an admin support clerk.
Project manager.
A civil engineer technician.
I'm a regulatory project manager.
I'm a maintenance work leaderman.
I'm a park ranger.
I'm a wildlife biologist.
I am a maintenance mechanic.
I'm a natural resource specialist.